The universe is doing its job. Are you? Well, we know from the creative process that natural life is one where we come into planet Earth and we have experiences. From that experience, we either enjoy that experience or it's considered contrast, meaning there's something we don't like about it, and that's a natural asking. Our inner being sets up the vibrational reality, and then as we're feeling good, then we receive a lovely path of details that connect us together with the desires that we have. And the law of attraction, of course, is in there, picking up our vibration and connecting us with those details. So there's a few other universal elements at work as well, but they're all doing their job perfectly, absolutely perfectly, for you to have the life that you want. And we're so free, we have so much power that we can choose our thought energy, and we can choose it to be low vibration. And if we do, then that's the sort of the oddball in the equation, because this universe works on high vibration. But if we're choosing low vibration thought energy, then we are absolutely interfering with that process of joyous expansion, living that way. So, we're an employee of the universe, you could say, and our job is to choose high vibration energy. So that is the job that you want to do, because that makes your life flow in very, very satisfying ways. So let's take a quick look and see if you are doing your job. So how do you feel about yourself, right? If you got nice things to say about yourself, you like yourself, you know what your gifts and talents are, you're expressing yourself, you're doing your job. But if you're not expressing yourself, or if you won't allow yourself to express yourself because of faulty beliefs, then you're not doing your job. And you're in a low vibration state, and that means you're not receiving the path to the things that you want. You're blocking those and receiving other things. So you want to make sure that you're doing your job with regard to yourself, and that is seeing yourself as the pure positive energy being that you are, and you're here with gifts and talents, all kinds of lovely characteristics and passion to express yourself, and you want to be feeling good about yourself all of the time, no matter what the conditions are, knowing your perfection, your natural perfection and success, and that you're entitled to unlimited flow of abundance through your experience. That's just how much the universe is supporting you. So the universe knows that. You want to make sure you know that. So other people in your life, or the way that you just look at others around the world, really, in your community and just all across the board, what are you thinking about other people? How are you seeing them? You want to see all people in a way that represents who they really are in terms of a pure positive energy being, and maybe they haven't woken up yet and they're doing some funky things, but you don't want to see them as that. You want to see them as somebody that's becoming, right? We're all becoming, and some of us have woken up a little more than others. Everybody is going to eventually wake up, and we want to see that within them. We never want to see anything less than that. Their inner being doesn't see anything less than that. Our inner being never sees anything less than that. We always want to see the potential in people to live as their pure positive energy self and have the wonderful life that they want to have. But a lot of times we see the faulty belief version of them, and then sometimes we can let that influence the way we think of them. But we don't want to do that, because if we do, we're not doing our job. Okay, your past. How you thinking and feeling about your past? Have you made peace with all of that because you understand it as contrast? That's all it really is. And in fact, a lot of the expansion of your life has come from your past. So if you understand it like that, then you're going to accept it in a very positive way and be thankful for it. And you're going to have good feeling thoughts about it. And that's you doing your job. But if you're looking at it and thinking some of those other kinds of thoughts where it was a bad situation and people were so-and-so, and you just have a negative view of parts of your past, that's not you doing your job. You're not doing your job. So you got to do your job. If you want your life to flow in the ways that you want, you got to do your job. You got to find that the way that things are serving you from your past. Your dreams, how do you feel when you think about your dreams? Are you feeling the now of them, the emotional essence that they're done, that they're on the way, and you can be receiving the path to them today, right now? So they're just putting a smile on your face. You don't got to go and do any extra activities to make them come, or extra thoughts to think about them, or constantly affirm them, or any of that stuff. You don't got to do any of that. You just know that they're there. And again, you just let them put a smile on your face. Feel that anticipation, that expectation of them coming. And like I talked about, I believe in the last video, it's like an online order. It's all done, and you go about your life, and you do the things that you enjoy, and all that kind of thing. And that's you doing your job. So you can do your job with your dreams, but if you're feeling worried and you can't have them, and they're going to be hard, and you don't have the resources, now you're not doing your job. And all those thoughts, of course, are faulty. So you got to deconstruct them so you can get back in doing your job again. Now let's talk about present life. And I talk about that in 4 ways: health, wealth, and relationships, and vocation. And we want to do our job in each one of those areas. And we do that by feeling good about those areas, finding the ways to process those things, interpret those things, and see how they're serving us, and enjoying them, of course, as they are as well. Lots to enjoy there. And if you look at material wealth and money situation, you want to make sure that you're doing your job there, and you're feeling good about all of that. And even if the physical condition is not the way that you want it to be, the universe still expects you to be an employee, doing your job of choosing good feeling thoughts about the situation. And we know if a situation is not the way that you want, that is contrast. And so even if your financial, material wealth situation is not physically the way you want, vibrationally, it is the way that you want. And so the universe gives us that ability to feel good about the vibrational version, which of course is on the way. And as we know, that's allows us to feel good. And then we appreciate the contrast, and then we can be receiving that flow of abundance. And of course, we know none of that's attached to money. The currency of life is high vibration. It's positive emotion. As I say, joy is the new currency. So we know that we can have the flow of abundance, unlimited flow of abundance, just by the energy that we're flowing to the law of attraction as we go through our day. There's no attachment to that abundance and money. That's not a fixed relationship at all. You don't. Money is not the dictator of the abundance flow that you experience. So you want to have that knowing, and that knowing of abundance, and that's you doing your job, because regardless of what your situation is, you are always going to be able to feel good about it. And again, that's you doing your job. So health is the same thing. We're born perfect health, and we have a blueprint, an energy body that's health. Now, I will say there's a caveat to that, because if in the birth process there's negative energy around, and that interferes with the birth of the child, and the low vibration around that can cause a child to be born not in alignment and not with their perfect health. But that can come back anytime, as it can for any of us, as we realize that anytime there's an ailment with our body or mental health, that it's all about misalignment. And we can bring that in anytime and receive our healthy body from our energy body, and then everything's back in alignment. So again, are you doing your job around your health? And doing your job is feeling good about your health situation, no matter what the physical looks like, knowing that you always have that healthy energy body that you can allow to be restored into your physical body if you get the resistance out of the way. Relationships, look at your relationships. What are you talking about in terms of relationships? The various relationships in your life, how are you seeing those? How are you talking about those? And are you doing your job? So are you interpreting and processing those things in a way that feels good? And again, there could be circumstances there that aren't exactly the way you want, which of course is the mirror of your vibration. So it's all about you and your vibration, and you understand that and you accept that, and then you make the vibrational change. So again, your focus is that positive. That's you doing your job to keep the emotional balance, keep the emotional alignment, even when the physical, you've offered some energy, so some aspect of your physical life is out of alignment, but you keep the energy in alignment, and then the physical will come back into alignment. So that's you doing your job, not getting upset or bothered because there's something going on in a relationship that is not the way you want. You don't let that get your attention and keep you in out of alignment energy. That's not you doing your job. That's you blocking yourself from receiving the things that you want. And vocation is that thing you do during the day, expressing your gifts and talents, and in the passionate ways that you want to, and that's unique to each one of us. And as we do that and feel comfortable to do that, then we're doing our job, and there's no reason ever for us not to be comfortable doing that. And we want to know the wholeness of who we are, which I talk about in my book, The Book of Life, and really, really understand that wholeness of who we are. We really don't grow up with that. We're a really magnificent energy being and human being with a massive amount of power and just qualities that are awesome. As I say, we're hot right out of the box, hot stuff. We're in big demand, and we most certainly are. We're in big demand because our gifts and talents are going to be in demand for other reasons from other people. Collective consciousness will call on us to use our gifts and talents and everything. So you see, when you know all these things about life, then you can be doing your job very, very easily. And life is very easy when you know how it all works. And the only thing that makes things hard is when you don't know how to do them or you don't understand how they work. So if you find yourself using the word hard or struggle or any of that kind of thing, that means that you are not completely up to speed with the way that the creative process is set up to work. And so you're not really fluent to choose thoughts in the present moment about all things so that you remain in that good feeling place and doing your job. You see, to be a really effective employee of the universe, choosing good thoughts, good feeling thoughts, high vibration all the time, you got to know how it works. If you don't know how it works, then you're just not going to have access to those kinds of thoughts. So if you're saying, again, anything about it being hard or unfair or you're not good enough or you're not sure you can have what you want or any of that stuff, that just means that you are not up to speed yet with how it all works. And so the more you study and do that, then the better position you're going to be in to do your job as an employee of the universe. But that's no different than any job on the planet, really. If you go into a job and you don't get the training, then you're not going to do a very good job at that job because you won't know how to do that job. And it's the same thing with life. There is a way that life works. The creative process tells us if we know it, it's pretty easy. It's very easy to navigate it all. And if it's not, then it feels hard. It feels rough. Of course it does. And we don't understand why things happen as they do. We don't understand how to change things. See, it just makes it very rough. And then I hear somebody say, well, it's not working. This thing that you're talking about, Brian, it's not working. It's like it's not working. Well, it's not even a matter of it not working. I don't even think about it as not working. It's a very complete system that the universe has set up, a process of joyous expansion, and it's very traceable exactly how we're doing in it. So in stage 4 is our natural sort of high vibration place to be, where we're understanding everything, and so therefore we're processing everything in a good feeling way. But if we're not there, then we're in stage 3, where we're deconstructing and reconstructing away from faulty beliefs. And if we're not good at that, then we got to go back into stage 1 and get the full knowledge. So my 2 books, The Book of Life and Higher Vibrations, for health, happiness, and harmony, that will give you all of the information to let you do the deconstruction, reconstruction of faulty beliefs. And then you will move into stage 4. Stage 2 is the stage where you build some trust in the creative process, because we're not familiar with thinking about life in terms of non-physical reality, but total life absolutely includes both the physical and non-physical. So stage 2 helps you to get some of that trust of non-physical being part of our total life. So then you're in stage 3, and that's where that deconstruction, reconstruction happens. And again, as you get good at that, then you will move into stage 4. So you know where you are. You can't say it doesn't work. You just say, well, where am I in the process? Am I at stage 4? Am I calm in my day? Am I expecting of everything to work out for me? Am I responding everything, not reacting, optimistic and not pessimistic? And, am I in that nice calm place, feeling satisfied, joyous, anticipating things? If you are, then you will notice stage 5, 6, and 7. And if you're not noticing those stages, then maybe you're not in stage 4 as solid as you think, and you got to do a little work with the daily emotion tracker and make sure there's a good level of positive emotion going on. But if you're not getting up to stages 5, 6, and 7, then clearly there is going to be negative emotion in your daily emotion tracker, and you've got to deconstruct that, because that's all related to a faulty belief. So at no time is this joyous process of expansion not doing what it is set up to do. It's always doing it, and we can see exactly where we are. So if somebody was to say it's not working, well, they're not understanding what it means to move from a life that you don't want, where things are not manifesting the way that you want, to a life where it is manifesting. And you got to understand that process. And if you do, then you'll see exactly where you are on a daily basis. It's not even something you have to wait to see how you're doing. You can know every day of your life how you're doing in terms of progressing along to getting into alignment and experiencing the life that you want. So you got a job to do. And the first job is to learn how life works. And the second job is to live it. All right. So a lot of people want to live it before they learn it, but we didn't get it growing up. We got a lot of stuff that was out of alignment, and so now we got to learn it. And so let yourself go through that learning process, and as you do, you will start to live it in ways, and then that will increase. But it's a learning thing to live it. And there's no time to be bored or downtime, flat time, waiting time, any of that. Every day of your life, you're a participant in receiving what you want or receiving more of what you do not want. So you want to make sure that you're very aware of how you're feeling going through the day, and that you're, contributing to your daily flow of high vibration energy in all the matters of your day. And then you're going to be living that high vibration life that you came for. So that's your job. That is your most important job of all. You have a lot of other things that you do on the planet in your physical life, but your biggest job of all is to tend to your emotional productivity. That's your vibrational productivity. That's you choosing good feeling thoughts about everything in your day, yourself, others, the past, your dreams, and present day, which is health, wealth, relationships, and vocation. So whatever thoughts are in your mind, you want them to be thoughts that feel good. There's nothing in particular or specific for you to do. High vibration is just any thoughts at all that feel good. And so one thought is good as another, and no thing is right over another. You could do any kind of job. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're feeling good, it's going to lead you to more of what you want. You could be studying anything at school. It doesn't really matter what it is. But if you're feeling good about it, then it's opening the door to bring more to you that you want. If you're studying or working at a job and you're not feeling good about it, you're offside with it, now you're closing the door, you're not doing your job, you're not going to receive more of what you want. You're not going to receive that flow of joyous expansion. So make sure wherever you're spending your time, whatever you're doing or thinking, that you're finding ways that feel good about it. Looking for positive aspects, looking for your favorites on things, making the best of things. There's a great phrase, I'm making the best of things. That means despite the way things are, you're going to choose a good feeling thought. So that is the video for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post and enjoy your day.